Welcome to an episode of B-Rad. I'm your host, B-Rad. It starts the show off right. If you're going to drink, don't drive. If you're going to drive, don't drink. And something near and dear to my heart on this, Red Friday. Remember, everyone deployed. I always wear red on Fridays until the men and women come home from overseas for our obligations over there. And like I said, something near dear to my heart. 22 veterans died daily, PTSD, suicide. So if you happen to know someone suffering from anxiety, depression, PTSD, reach out to that individual and just touch base with them. Sometimes just listening to them, maybe talking to them, letting them help you solve your problems could keep them grounded to this earth. All right, I have got a very special I've always got something special. I feel I try to pick out a good quality beer for you guys, and now that I have quite a few beers under my belt now, as far as craft breweries and other breweries go, and I've done some whiskey reviews. So I want to start. Yesterday I did the Weech by O'Fallon, and today I wanted to, and it's like I said, it's a great go-to, a great I feel like it's a summertime feel, and summer is coming up here very shortly. So I want to probably share some beers that could be a possible go-to for a barbecue, family gathering, whatever. Just some friends over at the house. So we all know this company, and I got to say, out of out of all these major breweries, this is one of my favorites, and I'll tell you why here in a second. We got Rogue Salt and Lime Lager. Now, and it's a 4.7% alcohol by volume. It's a lager, like I said. Stone Brewing. I love the way they market their stuff, pretty much for the most part. Them and Rogue. I like the Sugar Skull and the lager and the salt and the lime, because in a lot of Mexican beers you salt, put a lime in it and stuff like that. I kind of like the Sugar Skull. I think is kind of a fitting deal to go on it. And then of course they put their little gargoyle on there and stuff. So it's colorful. I think it's cool looking can. And like I said, Stone, one of my favorite breweries out there. The only failure, and it really wasn't a failure, I just didn't really care for it, was the Metallica Inner Night Pilsner. That's the only one I've never really cared for. Now, I didn't look up the history or anything behind this brewery, because I've done several Stone. So I get into that history. Let's just get down to the taste and the chuggability of the can, of the bottle. But I'm just going to give Stone. I'm going to give Stone a 4.3 on this. And I try to use a beer advocate / Untapped. Like a scale of 5. 5 being the best. Lower number, 1 being the worst. So I'm giving it a 4.2 on just, and I've created just the artwork. I love the thought and stuff that they have, that they put into it. And you don't even have to have great artwork, but if you put attention into detail into the bottle, and stuff, like the embossment and stuff like that, and the cap maybe on bottles, that's just as cool. So let's get on with this. I can tell you right now, I bought a 6-pack of it. And actually, the next beer I'm going to do is a 6-pack also that I purchased. And I believe I purchased these at what do you call it, Rob's, Jacob's Liquor. When I don't know, when I want more than just trying to put together a 6-pack and a little cheaper approach, I go there and buy it because it's a little closer to my house. I love Rob's World of Beers, don't get me wrong. I mean, great place, friendly guys, always willing to help. And that Untapped app, now that I've checked in so many times, saves me 20% on my putting together a 6-pack. All right, well, Stone kind of failed in the head part there. So, the carbonation's a little off, but I think maybe because they add the salt, that could be what causes that. So let's give their head on that 2.8. I'm gonna give the color, man. The color's fantastic. I'm gonna give the color a 3.8. Let's go ahead and give her a taste. It's really it's actually almost kind of like a light lager. Okay, it's not really overpowering or nothing. It's you can taste that subtle hint of lime, and then just a real subtleness of salt in there. I mean, you could possibly even add, add a lime if you're a salt person. You might add a little bit more salt in there, man. It's really to me, it's a good time, summertime beer and stuff. I always lean towards mostly lagers and just a light beer. I got to thinking about this the other day. Craft beers are awesome, full of flavor, and just so many different flavors you can get. Kind of like sodas and stuff. And but when it comes down to it, most reason Bud Light and Coors Light or Miller Lite are so popular is because those beers you can drink several of them, and get hammered and stuff. You drink a 6-pack of some craft beer at 7.0 alcohol by volume, and you're looking for a bad night out of the gate. And I think when you're social gathering and stuff, it's a lot easier and nicer just to drink something like that. But this is most definitely a summertime like lager. There's I'm getting interrupted again. Someone keeps on jib jabbing through the apartment here, and great summertime beer. It's light. You got that lemon, citrus, and a little dash of salt in there, and it's I don't know. It's just something you could sit around outside on the deck. You could barbecue, do whatever. Mow the lawn. Great one after work. Mow the lawn. So, all right. Now this is the part that I've created called the Chuggabilly. Chuggabilly is something I created to give you an unfair advantage, possibly against someone challenging you to a chug off for maybe a beer or shot, something like that. It's kind of like my version of Cliff Notes on reading a book and you're doing a high school report in, but a little less, mine's a lot more funner, of course. So you have this guy, let's just go to San Diego, California, because that's where I went to boot camp. That's where Casey went to boot camp. And you have a Marine with a patch on, and that guy with the patch is looking for a free beer. Of course, I look for a free beer myself. The best beer is free beer, your beer, and the beer that you like to enjoy at the end of the day, of course. And he's looking possibly to get a free beer, maybe a shot, and then next thing you know, you guys are going toe to toe and trying to pick up the ugliest chick in the bar at the end of the night. All right, so here's the Chuggabilly. Oh, I'm going to give the taste on this. I'm going to give this taste a 3.8. I forgot to throw that in there. All right, really smooth. I mean, like I said, this is almost like a light lager, but full of flavor. You have that maltiness. You can just especially at the end of it, you can get that punch of lemon and that little bit of salt in there. Not too salty, but just enough for you to taste it. All right, I'm getting into longer than I want on this video, so I'm going to change things up. I just want to thank everyone. Thank you everyone for watching. Of course, I will always say thank you to my Marine brothers, Lupe Gomez, Brad Lance, Scott Losky, Lynn Johnson, Irona, of course, the guy who's, if you ever see him in the bar and he tries to KC you, hey, you tell him, you watch this video and you have a fair advantage to beating him. How about that? Of course, Casey and all my other Marine Corps brothers, my family, all of you, my 50, I think I've got 52 subscribers now. Woo! Thank you guys very much. Sony Vineyards, of course, thank you. Thank you, brother, for watching most of my videos. I just want to say thank you to everyone. Please hit that like button, because I just found out today that like button is what kind of helps spread the channel. And hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'm driving that truck down the road, hopefully getting you to that beer destination of your choice. Hoorah, Semper Fi, motherfucker.